park is actually the basin for the river's floodwaters. So when the river's high, which now is anything up to twice a year, when I first started 20 years ago, they'd open the floodgates probably every 5 years. Now they're opening them twice a year because of, I presume, global warming, more rain. And what happens is that the sluice gate here near Jackson's Bow opens and we flood the whole area. So this Mersey Valley area is not, you're not allowed to build on it. Obviously we're here, but we're on high ground, this visitor centre. But I've seen the floodwaters. Have you been on the lane outside here? Right. Well, as it starts to dip down just in that corner, that's how high the water comes. And have you seen the bird hide? Right. So if you've seen the bird hide overlooking the nature reserve, the highest I've seen it is up to the gutter of that bird hide, which is why we have to evacuate everybody, because it's the levels of water can go up by about 20 foot. So people could be sat fishing and within an hour or so it's 10 foot of water gone in. And the whole of Sailwater Park is basically dug to 90 foot. And Shorten Water Park, a little bit upstream, that area next to it was dug to 90 foot and then used as landfill for 10-15 years, and then we topsoiled it and planted it up, and that'll become a nature reserve. And this visitor centre, we're on top of a tip, but it's not household rubbish. Under us here is blue asbestos, which is highly toxic. It can be a killer if you breathe it in, but as long as it stays underground, it's inert. So the other thing we don't do here is dig holes. So even when you plant trees, we're allowed to, I think, dig about a foot, no deeper, because then you may disturb the soil. And then you get the blue asbestos fibres in the air, which no good. So most of the valley is given over to different sorts of landfill or sewage farms. The other side of Jackson's Bow, all that was a sewage farm up until 1972. And again we topsoiled it, and it's now LNR, Local Nature Reserve status. So is there anything else that you think?
Just talk a little bit more about the part I'm looking for your gardens.
To be honest, I don't actually know that much more. We manage it, we occasionally run events on it, but in terms of it being a house of this Dr. White and the Dovecote going to the roundabout and then to Walkden Gardens, part of it being landfill, I don't actually know that much more about it. So I'm really sorry to sort of disappoint you, but
the wildlife, I mean the
that's
woods
brilliant.
is really good.
Yeah, we have breeding woodpecker in there now. We have nuthatch. It's really, really good for birds in
Was there
Priory.
any fire there? I mean, because I've seen brown wood, like burned wood there, and
It'll be
cut
kids.
Yeah.
Kids use it extensively. There's a part of it that dips down and dips up the other side, and kids will use that to cycle down and up. Kids will light fires, just as I did when I was a kid, and probably you did when you were a child.
I still love
And at the moment they're building these ramps to do cycling tricks on, and we've put a job in to actually demolish them because obviously it's dangerous. But so yeah, it's.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.